Hi Lex. It's just thee and me, but no hell, why not? I got back from my boot fair at about 1:15. It was a 10 o'clock. Well, it wasn't a 10 o'clock start. I was there a little later, but it's a later one that then has another wave of people coming at midday. So it's very hot. So I've obviously looked through it all because I like to appear a little more organised than I normally do. I got some nice bits and pieces actually. Not much in the way of jewellery because I'm not specifically hunting jewellery. I'm back, pretty much on clothes. But I'll show you the jewellery as you're here. This is... Hello, Carol. Hello, Leanne. I thought this was rather cute. Little vintage brooch with some purpley stones. Fat Girl Sewing. Hello. I'm not sure I know that name, but hello and welcome. Hello, Claire. I have a Claire count of 1, don't I? See, when I got back, I had to have a nice cup of tea and then I had to watch Carla and Lex whilst I was sorting out all the stuff I'd brought back. I got this piece of jewellery and these two others for £4 in total. I thought this was quite unusual, gold tone, little box clasp. It's no name on it, but I just thought that was rather charming. It had very little wear. I don't know what my internet's going to be like, so if it crashes, I'll have to come in again because it's been very funny. Maybe it's the hot weather. Very pretty. This was kind of what I was after, though. It's very dark black stone, and then there's something that's really, you can't really see it. It's sort of a brown, more translucent. Then there are these little ones that she showed me were coral. I'm not sure, but it's definitely doesn't feel like a plastic. I thought it was rather nice with the gold, but it had quite a nice clasp, slightly Chinese looking. Again, no brand, but when they have this little sort of extra safety thing on, that tends to tell me that's not going to be a piece of junk. They protected it for a reason. It hasn't got a name on it, but for what, £2, I suppose, if the other bits were £1 each or slightly more. I thought that was rather nice. But that is all the jewellery I picked up. Unlike an awful lot of people, I'm not hunting down masses of jewellery. I'll buy it if I see it and it's vintage and I like it, but I'm not sort of really heavily into a lot of costume jewellery at the moment, because I've actually got quite a lot I should be listing that's coming on. It will come online. It's all scheduled and it's coming on. Oh gosh, more people. Gosh, it has gone off in my hand. Jewellery sales. Hello, L33 Mrs. Hiya. Andrea, oh hello, a nice walk in the woods. Yes, you worked hard yesterday, didn't you, on your jumble trail? Because your jumble trails are something else. Looking forward to seeing that. Hello, Joan. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Veronica. Hello, everybody else. And Lex is only buying loom bands. Funnily enough, I've still got some from when my son got into them. And the reason I keep them is because they're very small and they're quite useful for just banding little things together. But no, I wouldn't be going and buying them. I wouldn't make that a bolo. Now I've spent, and I've actually worked this out, I spent £41, including the £1 admission. Got quite a number of items, and if everything sells for what I would like it to sell for, and we know that's a bit of an if, I would make more than £600. That said, I know that's not how it works, but I just kind of put it out there as that's the kind of margin I would dearly love to have from 40 quid. Of course, Life of the Universe doesn't do that, and I have had a fairly quiet weekend. Although I have to say that the problem I had with GSP seems to be resolved. The lady who couldn't pay for her lovely Diane von Furstenberg dress actually has bought it again when I put it back up. So that saved my figures for yesterday, that's for sure. So one of the weirdest things I bought, because I just loved the lines of it and thought it was fantastic, was this. Oh, you've got a lot of light there, you can't really see. That's it, son, just go in for a moment. It's a horsey. Now, I sold a plaque with a horse very similar to this quite some while ago for quite good money, and it had quite a crack in it as well. This doesn't have a crack in it, but look at the shape. I mean, if that isn't mid-century modern, I don't know what is. Beautiful handle. It just feels so nice. It has got historic chippies, nibbles, whatever one cares to call them, at the top there, but for the £2 I paid for it, I thought, you know what, I'd keep it myself if it wouldn't sell. I think it's sort of Swedish, Danish, something like that. I know that they're sort of Norse mythology have a big thing for white horses, so I wouldn't be surprised. It's obviously hand painted and even glazed the bottom bit there, but you can see the age on it. No signature. Why would you make something this beautiful and not sign it? So I have no idea what I will get for that. I'm probably going to go down a rabbit hole of research and hang on to it for months before it ever gets listed. Jugs. Yes, jugs. One jug, actually. But I loved that. And again, it was slightly weird, slightly wonderful, and really rather lovely. Lovely horse jug. Thank you, Joshy. Saw you on Carlos this morning, so you see you're going to get a little bit of help with that room of yours. And you know, I could use them up here as well, but it's too far to travel. I could really use. I know where everything is as well, but what happens is I have a massive pile of stuff that comes in, then I do a massive load of drafting, a massive load of photography, and then it takes me a while to actually get down to bagging it and filing it, because I don't do it as I go along. I just don't work best that way. I have to do big loads of the similar sort of work to feel that I'm being time efficient. I was watching Cola Flipper the other day, who I have a lot of time and space for. I think he's absolutely lovely. Love the stuff he picks up, but his strategy seems very close to mine, so I kind of resonate with him on what he's doing. So it was interesting. I hope he puts out lots more videos. If you're out there, please do. It's very much enjoyed. You've been busy sorting it all. You're a hot, sweaty mess. Well, you're not alone there. All I'm saying is, smelly vision, just be grateful it's not here. I'll be having a very cool shower later. A very cool shower. Now, on to the sort of more the bread and buttery stuff, I'm saying. Well, when I saw these, I thought, ooh, very, very nice. And what people forget is that Timberland actually make these. These haven't been worn. These are new. They're too small for me and too high. Let's be frank. Hello, Marilyn. Marilyn S. Sorry if I butchered your name. I can only apologise. They're a UK 4. The lady that had these, I think I bought some other stuff on. She had some very nice quality items on her stall. And when you spot somewhere you know has got good quality items, I kind of have a real dig through. They're leather topped, the new buck. With a rubber sole with a grip on it. They say Timberland on the bottom, and they say green rubber. How bizarre! Yeah, so I was quite impressed with these. I thought, well, they should go well, even though they're in a smaller size. And what am I going to try for? I'm going to be really ambitious. I mean, I know people aren't going to buy them right now, but in a month's time, people are going to buy them for winter if they're not doing it already. Hello, cherubs. Hello, cherub. That's really sweet. You're Denise, Marilyn. Ah, okay. I will do my best to remember it. I am the world's worst for remembering names, so I need to make a list, don't I? Denise, much easier to remember. So I'm gonna try for 60 quid on these. Maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't, but they really haven't been worn. They are brand new. Yeah, lovely things. Really, really like these. They'll appeal to a lot of people. There's a touch of the steampunk about them. Certainly, and having a grip on the bottom is important in bad weather. Shame no size 4. God, who's horrible. There's someone out there with delicate feet. Who wants? Now, I'm a bit of a sucker for things that are made out of a good quality leather. This didn't have a brand. Yeah, exactly. We all have our own way of getting organised, but I think it's nice to tackle it every now and again. This is a great big leather soft briefcase, music case, document case, whatever you care to call it. I could tell by the clasp it was nice quality. Real nice clippy clasp, and it clips at the side as well, because often you get the flaps. Oh, I won't be flipping shut now, will it? I've done that. Please shut. There we go. These little prongs open it. It's a really nice pebble leather. The handle's in good condition. It's brown. The back is needs a bit of filling out with some paper because it's been just stored at someone's back of someone's wardrobe. Bit of polish on that. Oh, hello. Hi, Mandy. You are Biscuit. Okay. And Dave repairs his Dave. Well, the clue's in the name there, you see. That's awfully helpful when people have a name. I'm a fine one to talk, really, aren't I? Calling myself Treasure Pirate, but yeah, so I really liked that. It's really well made. It is good quality, and we're going to try and get that. Let's get ambitious here. I know the bootfair. I'm going to try and get 45 for that. That cost me £2, by the way. Those boots, I should say how much they cost me because I'm really rubbish at this, as you can tell. I did pay £3 for those boots. They were my first purchase when I got in, and that breaks the ice. But I thought, oh, that bodes well. Right, not such an amazing purchase, but very good bread and butter. These two dresses were 50p each. If someone says their prices of everything on the rail is 50p, I'm going to look quite closely. Kukai. This used to be quite a big brand in sort of the 90s. I mean, I think it's still going now. But this is a sort of thinner layered jumper dress, wool blend. This one's got some mohair in it. I think it's got that slightly fluffy feel. Quite a nice feature sleeve there, rib knit. I'd say nothing absolutely amazing, but for 50p, sorry, the wool, it makes me want to sneeze, makes me want to itch. I'm going to try for 20 on it. It might need a debobble and a bit of a hanging up, as these things do. And again, Kukai. They also had a load of them. This was also 50p. This has got one of those real sort of scoop necks on it, which don't suit everybody. But this again has a nice long flowy sleeve on it. They're not too heavy in it. They're great for the autumn, these sort of things, whether people want to work. And I seem to have bought half the field with me. On this one, it was a burnt out landscape. It really was. The ground is rock hard. Yeah, Kukai, and they were very big, a little bit like, well, Caramellin, and there were lots of sort of names that were very much, they'd have these shops all up in Covent Garden where I used to work, and they were very expensive. Just seen the tiniest little hole on the back of this, but actually I think I can repair that. Just a tiny one, just by the tag. But when something's cost you 50p, it's not the end of the world if it's not salvageable or not saleable. You kind of have to get round, don't you? Oh, you're in Kent, Denise. Yes, I'm in Kent too, and I'm really. What am I doing on the ground in a field? Sweating profusely, trying to buy stuff. Really. Yeah, I'm in Kent as well, so it's been a bit of a corker. There's a breeze today, I'll say that much for it, but 2 hours out in the sunshine, I think my tan is coming on quite nicely. Someone calls their dog biscuit. You got an eye on the barbecue? Excellent, most excellent. Right, I will pick up suede and nubuck and leather because I love this stuff myself. This is beautiful quality. It's not a brand that I know, but given the fact it cost me £1, I didn't really care. It's a ladies' size, a bit too small for me, unfortunately. It's beautiful nubuck. Black and brown is the brand name, which makes searching bloody difficult. But again, it's made so nicely. It's perfect for the coming seasons. Cost me £1. Going to try and get 40 quid for that because it really doesn't look like it's ever been worn. And another £1. This is suede this time, sort of a beigey colour. Again, not so special. 3-button down. It's in good nick though. Yeah, another brand I hadn't heard of, but I don't mind when it costs me £1. I can get woodland leather. There we go. Not showing you properly. There we go. Woodland leather. That's the size 12. I don't think these fitted jackets ever really completely go out of style. I think people always want them. Yeah, the system of storing stuff on the ground. There will be. Yes. Double karma, you're Kent based as well. But the thing is, I always think of Kent as being kind of like the Texas of England. It's a huge county. And it really spans from way over in West Kent, where I am, practically on the East Sussex border in Tunbridge. And then you get sort of way over where you get Margate and Ramsgate and Sandwich and Deal and all those sort of Broadstairs, all those sort of lovely places. And you've got Canterbury. That's quite a long way from me. I don't go to Canterbury. So yeah, it's a big enough place for us all. So I paid £1 for this. It's quite a nice lined jacket, and I'm hoping to get 25 for this. Again, they're not in such. The colour's not quite so hot. The quality's not so much there, but it's still a pretty good thing. Like I say, prices may adjust. Will come down. Yeah, I bump into people very occasionally, but no, I liked this. This is River Island, but River Island Studio, which is their slightly higher brand. Now, I spotted the obvious fault with this. Yeah, I think it'll still be alright. It's a fringy jacket. I may revise the price down for that. It's cotton lined, which is really good. In size wise, I reckon I tried it on because I liked it. It's somewhere around a 12 to 14. There is an issue in that a few tassels missing at the back, so I'm either going to have to even that up, or I don't know. I'll think of something, because I didn't notice that, because you don't when you're kind of stood in the field. So I won't be getting the 40 quid I hope for it, but even if I get 20 for it, I'll still be happy, because I paid. How much did I pay for this one? River Island. I paid £2 for that, so it's still not massive, but yeah, there's a fault with that, so again, there's something to be done with. Well, it happens. Oh no, I liked these too. Again, wintry stuff. These are a size 5.5, which is an unusual size. They're Clarks. And what I didn't even realise when I bought them is they're new. No, they've been worn once, but they've still got the ticket on the bottom, so they're in damn fine shape. And they're called Orinoco. That's the name of the model. They're pretty expensive new. They're zipped, even though they've got the laces, so that makes life for people like me a lot easier. Oh, you're in Hampshire, Karma. Jolly nice place to be, but quite away from here, that's for sure. So these, now I look at them more closely, have been worn once, so that's going to bring the price down a bit, but they'll be in demand. Where are they? You see, this is, there we go, okay. So I'm probably going to get 30 for them. Note to self on there, they've been worn. I'm brave to go booting. Well, yeah, I wanted to go today. There's going to be a couple of weekends when I'm not going to be booting because I'm away on holiday and UK based. Probably still go and forage in charity shops, but I won't be doing my usual boots. So I'm kind of stocking up. I'm just thinking I'm grabbing the opportunity and I'm stocking up now because nobody knows what's going to happen. So I don't like being without stock. So these cost me. No. Can't see them now. They cost me £2. If I get 30 back on them, that's still well within my decent margins. More grass. It's everywhere. This I wasn't so sure about, but it's a long line cardigan. People will start wanting to get cosy, won't they? Eventually, not today. Desiree is not a bad brand. It depends. Some of their stuff goes all right, but this was in a large size as well. It has pockets on the front. It's not a heavy, big knit, so it'll be popular into autumn, quite possibly. Although I sell cashmere jumpers at any time of the year. It's got mohair and wool and cotton and nylon and viscose in, so it's a real old mixture. Now, the lady did tell me it was new. I'm personally not entirely sure that it is, because people say things are new at boot fairs and generally they're fibbing. I paid £3 for it, but I'll get 24. That's about, yeah, I wouldn't want to be paid any more than that. So even if I get 20 for it, that's just about acceptable. But I really don't want to pay out more. Oh, now this I bought, but I'm keeping it. It's a Hobbs belt. And I thought about selling it. It has got a slight mark on it there, which might come out, but I'm actually going to keep that for me. So it might be a catch and release where I'll keep it with a view to wearing it, to actually give myself a waist on a couple of dresses, and then I'll probably go, no, I'll sell it. So that's for me. But Hobbs belts, I mean, do look at belts and things, especially big chunky ones. I picked up another big chunky belt. I thought, oh, wow, there's a corker, but I don't think it's actually leather. I was a bit, when you get very hot, you can't always tell. And so I may not sell that. It may just go be donated. Now this I consider to be a highly risky purchase because Polo Ralph Lauren is much faked, especially when someone's got two of them new with tags. But I looked them over very, very carefully. I checked the exact quality of the horse, which checks out to be genuine. the quality of the labels that check out to be genuine. I love this blue colour. I absolutely adore it. It's tags that look good. I'm going to keep double checking because I'm wary. I'm very, very wary of this sort of thing. All the labels and the tags, you know, they all have numbers and codes, and it's what I have had as genuine before. And I got one in extra large and one in large, so one might get lost to the husband, quite possibly, because he looks great in this sort of colour, real Mediterranean blue. I paid £2 for this one and £2 for the other one that's the same but an extra large. So I'm not really too mad with that, but I did look them over carefully because, you know, if they're fake, that's it. Unless it's just for someone to wear, you can't sell them. Yeah, that belt. I do love that belt. It depends. I'll have to try it on with a few dresses, and if it makes me look like a sort of a sack with string pulled in around the middle, then I won't keep it. But if it flatters, then yes. Long cardies are good, especially with pockets in the front. They're sort of snuggly and lovely. Which brand was that, Sarah? There are quite a few brands that people haven't heard of, and I kind of go more by the quality. Oh, hello, Margaret. Good evening. It is evening now, isn't it? It's 5 o'clock. The sun's just about to come round, though, so I'm speeding on before I get caught in its rays and explode from the heat. It's just nice to show you guys what I pick up, because I tend to pick things. Yes, the RN number. You're absolutely right. I have an RN number, and it is what it should be. She says, not looking there. It's in there. It's in there. It's in there. Yes, RN. There we go. I've got the RN on the back, so yeah. And that's where I'll double check, because, you know, not in a million years do I ever want to get in trouble for selling something that someone says is fake. So there's always a risk with that kind of brand. I don't genuinely pick up Salt Rock very much, but this was a kimono, kind of pretty hibiscus flowers, and it's in the size 18, which is quite a nice size, just a nice overlayer for somebody. It really didn't cost me much, did it? No, it cost me £1, and I'm probably going to get about 15 for it. So that's my sort of that's kind of very bread and buttery. The long cardi brand Jesire is Jesire. Quite often gets sold in places like TK Maxx. They do a lot of very evening-y stuff, but that wasn't so, and it's good quality. Yeah, Jesire. Not to be sniffed at. It's quite a decent brand. More grass bits. How much grass I pull out of things, I always seem to find more. Right, this I picked up because it's not my size, sadly. I love a long, lacy cardigan. This is all crochet work, and it's quite a long one. Sort of mid-calf, I would imagine, for me. Maybe a bit longer for some people. It's Abercrombie & Fitch, and again, I don't tend to pick up much of these, because they seem to be everywhere, but I thought it was such a lovely colour. And it's got a lovely sleeve on it. It's got a lovely bell sleeve. So I kind of thought, again, it's a bit and a bit festively, but of which we've had no festivals this year. But I think someone might quite like that. And again, it didn't cost me too much. It was... See, I'm trying to be organised here and say what I paid for things. Abercrombie & Fitch, it cost me £1. There we go. So I'm going to try and get... I'll try and get 25 for it, and I may come down. Probably will. Yeah. Whew, getting there. Getting there. Here we have a Boden dress, and again, I don't often buy Boden dresses, but this was new with a tag. I'm sure £110 was a lot of money. I think this may have been altered, but it is still a nice new dress. Nice jersey, wrap front, and it has this colour block feature at the bottom. Yeah, you know, it's... I think I ended up paying about £3.50 for this, because I got it with some of the other stuff. And it's a size 10 regular, so again, the size isn't amazing, but I'm sure someone will want that. It's short sleeved, so again, quite good for the tail end of summer, autumn, or going into the cooler seasons. So we'll try that. I don't quite know what I'm going to get for that. I thought I'd probably ask maybe 25, because I think it may have been altered. But it still hasn't been worn. Oh, Lex, don't burn the burgers. Guess what your burgers? I'm not going anywhere, I'll still be here. This I picked up because it had a very unusual colour to it. Right, it's hooded. It is sort of blue and green. I can't say oil slick. That's probably not a great keyword. It's a puffer jacket, and it was actually French Connection, and it was a size large. It is a man's. I do quite well on sort of jackety things for men. They tend to know what they want. It's in good condition. Everything's fine with the zip. It's a polyester one, so it'll wash. It's not a feather. I do tend to gravitate to the feather-filled ones because they do tend to command better money. But French Connection is a pretty decent brand, and I can try for 25 on that. It cost me £2, so that's kind of margin I quite like. Right, so we're getting towards the end as I start to cook here. Right. These are probably for me. So they're a little bit scruffed up, but I don't care. Bare paw. They're very like Uggs. But these are black, and finding a black pair, I like black, so it's what I tend to wear, especially in winter. Nice quality. I think I paid £3 for them. Yeah, I paid £3 for them, but like I say, I'm not planning on selling these. Like I say, they're like Uggs. They're good for tramping around in cold weather, which is a bit ridiculous today, but this is the time to buy them because no one else is interested. Yeah, I thought it wasn't typical Boden. It wasn't all twee flowers and mumsiness. It's just a very plain but smart, sensible kind of dress, really. Yes, they are in there, but what I did was I actually went into a site and just double checked what to look for in fake and genuine, down to the detailing on the pony, the finish on the seams and stuff. I tend to know, but because they were new, I just wasn't quite trusting my own instincts. This was quite nice. This is Hobbs again. Not always a quick moving brand, but one that certainly will go for decent money. Paid £1 for this. It's silk. I will buy silk. I love silk. And it's got this real nice sort of pinned up detail, cut out white stuff. A nice smart shirt with a granddad collar. I've disappeared. Why have I disappeared? That's annoying. Let me see if I can come back, because sometimes this happens. I'm back. I think it's because it gets hot. So we're rocking to the end now. Kirsten, it was just the one jog. Hello, Kirsten. You've had a good day. This was a find. I just grabbed this because I thought, oh yeah, satiny, sissy kind of nightshirt thing. A bit mad, a bit vintage. Get it home, turns out it's 100% silk. Bit suspicious of the price tag saying $590 on it, reduced to $320. But it is a pure silk nightshirt. It's brand new with its tags. And I'm going to try and aim for, this is probably my find of the day, I'm going to try and go for £80, well, $79.99. Because it is glorious twill silk. I don't recognise the brand. Tracy. Is that a brand name you'd necessarily be giving something? But, let's give it a go. Because someone will love that. It's covered buttons and everything. It's nicely made. It's got lace. It'll have an appeal. You're having a hot flush looking at those boots. Yes, I won't be wearing them for a couple of months. That's for sure. So there's my silk bits. And I think... Have I shown you everything? I'm doing this. Have I shown you everything? Oh, my word. Yes, I think that is everything. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Kirsten. Yeah, well, you know more about... There we go. Just for you, Kirsten. It's a white horse. I think it's going to be Danish or Swedish. It's hand-painted. Beautiful shape. It feels so nice. Has got a couple of little chippies just on the rim there. Just slightly annoying, but, it cost me a couple of quid, so thought you'd like that one. I love it. That's going to be my research rabbit hole. The burgers are perfect. Well, I'm very glad to hear it, Lex. I think we're having a duck, Chinese duck sort of pack that you kind of do, and then I've got some pot stickers to do, the little dumplings, and some other bits and pieces to cook, but I'm not in the mood for cooking. No teapots or butter dishes. I thought you'd like that jug. It's just had nice lines, and being hand painted, I'm always drawn to things like that. I just go, ooh, that's different. Yes, I could say I'm having a hot flush, but I'm not. I'm just hot. I'm just quite boiled. So there you go. There's my haul. May have some more haul later in the week. I will show you. So I spent a total, and some stuff was for me, and some stuff's going to have faults, but £41 spent. And I mean, even if I return 500 out of it, I'd be very happy. But it's been drafted loosely. It needs the drafts. I need to measure the stuff and put all that on. Then tomorrow I'll photograph it, and then it will go on the drafts list to be scheduled. Probably now won't get listed till September. It won't actually go on until September because I am currently scheduled up to the end of this month, I think, pretty damn nearly. So I thought I'd share anyway. Lex was in need of a haul as well as her burger, plainly. And I will see you all soon. Thank you for joining me. I'm going for a cold shower now because the sun's coming round and I'm going to start sizzling. So I will see you all later. Thank you for coming along, having fun with me on this hot Sunday afternoon. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now. Yeah.